Hi there, Tim Bauer here from LiveVideoGuitarLessons.com with the practice tip of the day. This one is for the advanced player, and today I want to continue our exploration of some creativity exercises. And this one focuses on learning, listening for some leads played by your favorite artists, and listen for the ones that seem to have some standout notes, unexpected notes, and either learn the whole lead, look up the tabs or whatever, and figure out what that unexpected note is, and figure it out theory-wise what it is and why you like it. And basically you're just assigning it a number. So I remember right after I'd first learned my position 1 pentatonic scale, that was the first one I learned, same with a lot of people, I saw Eric Clapton play in a scale, and instead he was playing position 1, and he pulled back to this note. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I mean, it really stuck out, and I really noticed it. And I started using. I got a lot of mileage out of that, or get a lot of mileage out of that. All we're doing, and you can kind of change the shape of what you're doing. And that was my finger's a little sore. I just got in from playing, so that was a terrible demonstration of that. But anyway, so just keep that in mind. You know? And I just love the way that note sounds. So many years later, I just knew I could do it. So I didn't really think about the theory, but many years later, I did think about the theory. And what's going on there, if I'm playing in my G minor pentatonic position 1, you learn that the notes that you're playing in the standard minor pentatonic position 1 is 1 of whatever the root note is, 1, flat 3, 4, 5, and flat 7. So 5 notes, and that's the pentatonic scale. So we're putting a note in there that's not normally in there. And to put a number on it so I can recreate that in other scales, I figured out, well, it's easy to figure out once you know a little theory. Back when I was, 13, 14 years old, I didn't really think about it, I just knew I could do it. That note he pulled back to was an A. So that means it's a second. So I'm adding a note, I'm adding the second back to that scale. And so I'm adding an extra note that normally isn't played there. It works harmonically, obviously, because it's part of the G scale. And also, experimenting around, I noticed I could pull back to that one also. And applying the same thing, that's a 6th. That's an E note. So I particularly like the second a lot better, but the 6th is harmonic as well. So once you assign a number to it, say it doesn't matter what. I'm just working with the second as an example. You could find some scale you're listening to has an augmented 5th in there or something. Once you identify what it is, you can recreate it, add it to your own repertoire. So back to that second. So I could go up to my minor pentatonic position 2 and add that same A note to it. So I'm walking up through here, and I back up. I like the sound of it when you back up to it. So that's one place you can do it. So, and I can keep going, walk to the rest of the scale, and there's an A note there. And once I get there, I can change. I like this one because it kind of changes the way you hold your hand. If you stay there, and I can work off a lot of riffs off of that just because I've changed my hand position. I'm still playing the same scale, but now I'm not doing it this way. Now I'm over here, and it feels more modal. I put the 6th in there, right there. So anyway, that's just again, just figure out what they're doing, what you like, what you hear, and figure out what it is, and put it, into your own way of playing. And by the way, it's a good idea to learn some other people's leads anyway. I mean, you don't want to play like anybody else necessarily, but if you sit down and sound out somebody else's lead, doesn't matter who it is, whoever your favorite guitar player is, or several guitar players, or just look up the tabs and make sure the tabs sound right. But these are professional, really cream of the crop, good guitar players, and you want to emulate what they do. You're not stealing ideas or anything. You're just noticing what they do and using them. That's all there is. All right, so You probably know this already, but let's just talk about the theory real quick. The minor pentatonic scale has 1, flat 3, 4, 5, and flat 7, like we just said. If you're playing a major pentatonic scale, the notes that belong there, it doesn't have the 4th and it doesn't have the 7th in there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. If you're playing modal scales, your modal scales are your major scales. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, obviously. So anyway, so just kind of keep that in mind. It's a little bit of work. And by the way, you don't have to get these other people's leads. I mean, if you want to, you know, work them out where you can play them perfectly, you know, but it's not about that. It's just trying to figure out what draws you to that lead and incorporating it into your own style. So anyway, now hopefully that helps. Thanks for tuning in for this practice tip. Tune in again tomorrow for another one, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.